We've got the Falcons. We got the Commanders. Commanders favored by 4. The over-under on this one, 40.5. What are your thoughts here?
I like the Commanders in this game at home. They've been really resilient, right? 6-5. They're still fighting for a playoff spot in the NFC. And they've just kind of been plugging right along, doing the right things here. The defense is starting to look a bit better here the last couple of weeks. I think that continues. So they're going to slow down the Falcons' rushing attack, right? Because they don't really throw the ball. But I think Washington finds a way, but I'm taking the over. I do think that there's a way, and a pretty clear way for both these teams to get to, 24-20, something like that. Maybe it's even 24-17 gets us just over, right? And I think that's probably a more realistic thing. So should be rather interesting. Not a whole lot of fantasy relevance in this game. Pitt's obviously on IR. Drake London's hit or miss. Mariota's been fairly serviceable because of his legs, not because of his arm. And then on the Washington side, you're hammering Terry McLaurin, and then you're playing Gibby and possibly Brian Robinson if you're in a flex position.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I got to go with the Falcons on this one. That 4 points is what gets me. If it was 3 points, I'd probably say, okay, let's look at the Commanders. Let's go that route. But Atlanta has been pretty good this year, especially against the spread on this one. They've only lost by 4 points or more this season, 3 total times out of the 11 games they played. So they've managed to keep all of these games kind of inside that 3-point margin. And so I think I'm going to take the Atlanta to cover the 4. I do think that you probably see Washington win this thing, but I think it's a field goal game. I do like the over right there with you on that one. Again, this one feels a lot like a 21-18 type of. Actually, I guess that doesn't get the job done, does it? Probably like a 21-24 type of matchup. 23-20 type of matchup. That's kind of where I see this one playing out and kind of going from there. So I like those. And then I'm taking Drake London. Surprisingly enough, as much as Atlanta throws the ball or doesn't throw the ball, doesn't do that, I'm going to take him to go over 37.5 receiving yards. No Kyle Pitts there. Not that Kyle Pitts was doing a major factor anyway, but I think that, London probably gets 1 or 2 of those targets, and we see him find a way to sneakily get to, 38, 39 receiving yards when it's all said and done.
Fair enough. I'm taking Taylor Heineke over 212.5 passing yards. Like, this Atlanta passing defense is not very good. They've been doing decent against the run. Actually, they haven't really gotten gashed on the ground. Their problems, well, unless your name's Carolina and then Foreman crushes them. But I digress. Outside of that, they're doing a pretty good job against the run. And Heineke's going to be able to throw it pretty much to whoever he wants. Jahan Dotson's back in the fold, coming, healthy after injury. Curtis Samuel's been doing just enough. You have F1, obviously. Logan Thomas is back too. So Washington finally has its full complement of assets and skill position players. I think they're going to take the reins off of Heineke here a little bit and try and, let him have fun with some of these toys.